Potassium. Hello and welcome back to Art Project this week. So as you all know, we are celebrating Earth Day this week. And I thought we will do a messy but a fun project. So this project, like I said, it's a little messy. So it's best that you wear something, a t-shirt that's old, or if you have an apron, that would help. So what we're going to make is a paper mache globe. So for this, we will need some flour. It could be all-purpose flour or any flour you have at home. We will need some warm water and a little bit of salt. Now, why are we going to use salt? It's just to keep it preserved, like it does not get a little bit moldy. If we use salt, it would help with that. So that's why we use salt. And then a measuring cup to measure the flour. We will need scissors. We will need a balloon. We will need a fork or whisk to whisk our flour for the mixture. And then we will need something to put our flour in to mix everything up. And a little bowl to keep our balloons. So, this is a 2-day project. So, first we have to make our balloon globe, and then we have to set it to dry for a day, and then we come back and color our globe. So, the first step, we will get our balloons, and we are going to load. Good enough? I think so. Alright, I'm going to tie it. Alright, nice and tight. So now I'm going to set that right by the bowl right there. For a mixture, we are going to need about maybe half a cup of flour. So just get half a cup. We're going to pour it into that side. Now, let's pour a little bit of water. And then, let's mix it. And then if we need more water, we can always come back and get more water. This might take a little bit, just keep stirring. So it's kind of thick right now. We want it a little bit more watery. So we're going to add a little bit more water to that. So I'm going to take some more. Maybe a little bit more. All right. Mix, mix, mix. Mix, mix. So I kind of have to get it a little bit watery. I will show you once I have it how much you will need. And if you pour too much water, you can always add some more flour to make it thicker. Or if you don't have enough water, you can add more water to it. So now make sure there's no lumps. Kind of try to get as much as you can. Sometimes you might have one or two or a few. That's okay. We are just going to whisk, whisk, whisk. And then I think, so about that. It's still watery, but it's not too much. Now, once we do that, we're going to add the salt. All right, put that away. And mix it again once you have the salt. Right, that is ready. So our mixture is ready. We're going to put that to the side. Our second step is going to be, we need some papers to cover our balloons to make the maché. So I have some very essential paper. So you can use like grocery store papers, any old papers you have. You can use that. once you get the paper, you need to make it to strips. So cut and make nice strips. Just like that. I'm going to cut that into half so it's not too long. Just like that. Alright, more. We will need a bunch because we have to cover the whole balloon. So, keep cutting. So it's better to have more than less, because once you start working on it and your hands will be very, very messy, you don't want to go back and wash it and then cut some more paper. So just cut a bunch, and then if you don't use it, it's fine. The last little bit. Okay, cut them into half. I think I should have enough paper. Get too much, I'm gonna take half. All right. And the last bit. All right, now I have my paper, my balloon with the bowl, and then my mixture that I'm going to use. So I'm going to take that. I won't need the fork anymore. I'm going to put it to that side. I'm going to move my scissors out of the way. All right, so now we are ready for the next step. So we are using the bowl to keep it kind of steady, because if we put it down, what's going to happen? Yeah, it moves around too much, right? So that's why we're going to use a bowl. You can use a cup or something that would hold it. You can try it out. Blow your balloon and see if it's going to hold something. It's going to hold it. So once we have that, we are going to get ready for the next step. So put everything together. So the paper, the dough, and the mixture, and the balloon. So the first step, we are going to take one sheet at a time. We will need both of our hands, and it is going to be messy. It's all right. It's going to wash off. All right. So we're going to dip it in and take your hands, and there is a lot. It's dripping, right? So let's take our hands and kind of wipe that down. And then kind of spread it on both sides. That way it sticks and it'll be nicely sticks to it. So you're going to put it over the balloon and kind of press it down. Just like that. All right. Now take your next one. Same thing. Dip it. And kind of rub it both sides, because we don't want it dripping all over our balloon and our table. And then do the same and kind of rub it down. Keep going. So this is going to take a while to do this part, but we need to make sure every bit of that balloon is covered. So we keep doing, cover it. I have a gap.
Looks like something I'd stick up my nose.
See? Very drippy and messy, huh? But it's all right. It's going to be fun, though. It's going to be very much fun. Now, the balloon is going this way because there's a lot of weight from this, so it's coming this way. So we're going to turn it and we're gonna work on the other side. Okay, we gotta cover it all the way. Try to use like a bright color of a balloon if you have one. That way you can see if one of the part is not covered. You can always go back and put some more paper mache paper over it, because it has to be covered. It won't work if it does not have it covered all the way. Now I'm going to show you another way to do it instead of doing one at a time. You can dip your hands in and you can kind of spread it all over one side, just like that. And then you can take the paper and kind of cover it. Now, one thing you have to make sure, just go back, get some more of the flour and kind of rub it over. That way it kind of stays in. It's a little bit easier doing this way. That way you don't have to keep dipping and then coming back. So there's two ways to do it. All right, so while I was doing my paper mache, my camera stopped. So I thought I'll just finish up the part where I was doing all the paper mache. Now I have it all covered all the way except this part where we tied. Leave that open because I'm going to show you later what we're going to do with that part. So I have everything covered. So go back and make sure once you're done that you covered every single part. So my balloon was purple. I can see a little bit of purple right there. So I am going to go back, get one more piece. Let's do the same thing. Wrap it both sides. One right there. Now I think I have, oh no, I missed one spot right over here. All right, one more. All right, both sides. Cover that and let's see. Is that it? I don't know. Let's see. I think. Make sure kind of rub it and make sure you make it all nice and smooth and straight. All right, I think that should do it. So this would be a good place to dry it. It needs to stay overnight for it to dry. So one thing you do have to do, maybe like about 2 hours or so, after 2 hours, kind of flip it. That way, flip it this way. That way there's more air getting to this part and this part is going to dry too. So if you just leave it that way, it still dries, but it might take longer. But if you can flip it, that will be great. So put it somewhere safe for it to dry. And then tomorrow we will do the second part. So to show you guys, so we can continue, I actually did one yesterday. So I will show you. I'm going to just wash my hands and dry it. I'm going to put everything over to the side. Move this over. Don't want to mess with that. Now, like I said, it got a little messy. So I'm going to move all this. table free for the next part. Alright, so like I said, I did one yesterday. So now, look, it's nice and hard, ready. But, look what happened. I had a little split. No worries. All you need is just get some tape, the white tape. And let's just tape that up. That way we can move on to our next part. So I will tape that part. So you never know. Sometimes it's going to be perfect and sometimes it's not. It is okay, but we have ways we can fix it. So I have one more right here. So I'm just going to put a smaller tape over to that part. Now, there we go. Now it's all set. So, does this look like a globe? No, right? So we need to color and make it look like Earth. So let's take, I don't have a globe, but I do have an atlas that shows all about our Earth. So let's take a look. What do we see more of? So this is flat, not a globe, but we can still see all of Earth. And we see blue and some green. So I know you guys know what the blue means, right? Yeah, water. So do we see more water or do we see more land? Yeah, water. So to show the water, we're going to do blue color. So we're going to paint our globe blue color. And our land green. So let's put that away. So for the next part, yes, you will need blue and green color, some brush, and for the last part you will need a ribbon or yarn. It's up to you. We don't need that yet, but we'll do that later. So for this, I am going to get another sheet of paper. So still have, all right. And I'm going to use my little measuring cup. And we're going to get our blue paint. So we will need a lot more blue paint to cover all of our globe. Now get your brush. And I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Mix the water and the paint together. And we are ready to paint our globe. So again, this is the second part. So it'll be the next day after we do the paper mache where we do the paint. So I'm going to hold the top and then just paint. So my paint looks like it's light, so I might have to do it 2 times. To cover up all that color. So I might end up having it dry and then come back and color one more layer later on so it's nice and dark. Because this is not going to be enough. It's not dark enough. So make sure you cover all of it. And like I said, if you feel like it's light, you can have it dried up and then come back and color another layer after. Yeah, that's definitely not enough. So I can still see the paper and all of the ads from the paper. So I definitely have to do another layer. So we will stop here and I will finish this. And then once it's dry, we'll come back and finish coloring. And we will finish doing the land part, which is the green color. All right. So I will see you guys in a little while once I'm done, once it's dry. So I'm going to set it down. I still have to paint the bottom part. I will do that after. Oop. It's good to have another bowl for that too. So I'll be back once it's dry. Alright, potassium. So we are back again. I actually had to do a darker color for my second layer. I did my second layer and I did a darker color because the blue I used was very light and I can see through. So I used a darker shade of blue to show our water part. And now the very last, not the last one, second last part is to show our land. So we need green for that. I got a smaller brush this time since the land is much less than water. So I'm going to dip it. And so I did get a bowl. It's so much better to have a bowl to work with. That way it stands up and we can use our hand for the top, and then we're going to kind of do an outline first to show the land. And then you can color it in once you have your outline. So just here and there, we can show our land with green. So do another one. Maybe I'll do the bigger continent. Maybe Europe and Asia together. Going to stretch it out. And then color that in. Another continent there. And then you can move around and do the smaller one. Like Australia maybe. Right over here. Alright, and continue that. So that way you're showing your water and land like that. So I will probably do a little bit more later on, but I want to show you the very last part. As I showed before, use a yarn or a ribbon. Now I'm going to hang it somewhere in this room. So that's why I'm doing this part, and that's why we did not cover this part, the top part where we tied. So go ahead and take your ribbon or yarn and tie right at the top. That way you can decorate your room with the paper mache globe you made yourself. I hope you guys are going to try that at home and show me and Mr. Navarro what you made and your paper mache globe. I hope you guys like that. Now we still have to keep it to dry. I will take a picture of the end product so you can see that too. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Happy Earth Day, guys.